Hi, welcome. This is Arthur Oma of the Black Titanic. Hit that like button, share and subscribe. Remember, eagles flies with eagles. All right now, hit the like button, share and subscribe. This is Arthur Oma, and remember,
just looking.
3 weeks after the reunion. 3 weeks after the reunion, my DM jumps off. Hey man, you've been talking about, and you could see a picture of me at work. Something I had just did a week before. So I'm at work, and all of a sudden, here's my picture. He ain't being right with Van. He's still coming after Van.
But you didn't. And I have spoken to you privately, and you would not say anything negative about Miss Van. And that's why when I read her post, and
this is Speak with Your Girl, Marcelo. I don't know her, y'all, but anyway, she's interviewing Mark. Mark, as you know, is Marsu and Marie's brother. He's a Scot.
And heard with my own ears, she called you gay. I was like, if she felt like he was gay, why would she have laid down with him if she really thought this? So I need you to tell the story why she's telling people that and what you told her.
And so the thing is, what happened is Empress Radio wanted to do a blog, wanted to do an interview with me.
Right.
And wanted me, and I still have the screenshots, they wanted me to just basically out Van. They wanted me to put her out there, dog her, do whatever. And I was like, I'm not going to do that. It's right. Anybody ask me right now about a sex tape, I'm not saying nothing unless you got a lawyer and I'm in the court of law.
Right.
That's the only time.
Me that same thing.
And I told, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And so the thing is, and so basically what happened in 2018, 17, 18, my relationships had been breaking up. I can't keep a girlfriend. Me and my daughter having problems. I'm going through it. I need to find out. Well, the military issued this thing that if you had suffered from MST, military sexual trauma, that they would give you counseling.
Wait for 1 second. Listen to what he said. He suffered from military sexual trauma. Okay, let's go. Tell me.
So I get diagnosed, and basically I have sexual PTSD from whatever happened to me. Wow. So now all my acting out, the way I treat women, the way I have sex, all the things I'm doing to try to cope with it are coming out. So
wow.
I'm now that I'm realizing this, I'm telling the people who I'm involved with, I'm thinking, man, we know what it is. We know why I'm into BDSM. We know why I may see women a certain way. We know why I like certain experiences with sex. So at this point, I decide, I tell Van, and then, well, I'm out one day, and I left my iPad at home, and I was talking to Van. Well, my iPad was synced to my phone, so the chats I was having, my then girlfriend at the time could see this. And so basically like, choose. And I was like, well, Van's my boss. And I told her, I was like, Van's helping me. Van is helping us. So I don't want to get rid of her as a friend. But then I tell Van, hey, this is what she wants. And she's like, well, we could just be sis-wise. We could, we can find a way to work through this. And I'm like, all right, cool.
So you're saying Van was a sister wife?
I gotta just be honest. And I told the girl I was dating at the time, the people at the time in my life who had been friends, I'm not cutting up when they're another friend for a woman, because at the end of the day, when you out of here, guess who I still got is my friends. Right. And so eventually I didn't choose Van and I chose Chris.
Right.
So I told her, all of these things I'm going through. And it was like, we kept in touch, and I told my family. I basically came out to my family and was like, listen, this is the way I see myself. This is the things I've done with myself. And I need to let you know, I'm not attracted to none of y'all. I'm not trying to get none of y'all friends. It's just the way I see it. I have this level of balance now, or this level of wokeness that allows me to be in a position to where I can see an attractive man, but it doesn't mean I want to have sex with him. But I also see an attractive woman, and it doesn't mean I want to have sex with her either.
Women tell each other when a woman is beautiful. We say they're beautiful. Oh, she got a nice butt. I mean, you know, her hair is nice and everything. Women do that too.
I ain't looking that deep. I'm not looking to see, but I can look at a man and say, oh, I can see why she's with him. Or I no longer just try to avoid. I no longer, like, one of the things men do is men compliment the item, but not the man. And so wears a nice shirt and say, oh, man, that's a good looking shirt. But men don't really say, hey, man, you look good in that shirt. Or you look
applaud you for admitting that you might admire a man the way they look, but not in a sexual way.
Well, we all do. And the problem is, and I don't know, when we watch these little different free adult videos, you can't watch the woman be happy without watching what the man is doing to be happy. That means you got to see the man and the woman. When I say the man, Mr. Marcus, every man knows exactly what we're talking about when we say Mr. Marcus. When you say what some of these names, are you gay because you know what he's working with, or do you just look at it without it being that's an arousal? And so the other part is, I think, is the same way that women are not attracted to other women, but are willing to try things with their mates. I think that is the hypocritical part of, like, most men say, oh, I want a threesome. Oh, 2 women? Well, I got to a point in my life, it's like, if that's what you want, if it's fair, if I'm asking you.
This is Venessa Roger.
Melody has been through.
I know. Same.
Yeah, you know, the one thing that I can say, you know, about my ex, he wasn't ugly to me. You know, he never tried to do anything to hurt me or to stagnate me after we got, you know, after our marriage ended. He never did that. And when I saw Melody going through the things that she was going through, it was very new to me.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think a lot of people forget that we were all family. You know, we were family. And to see someone in the family who you grew to love and cherish and, you know, pray for more than you pray for yourself a lot of times, to see how they could be so hurtful to something that they had deemed so precious to them. It was very difficult, you know, and I tell everyone, you know, that healing is a process. And it's hard for you to heal from something if the person is still inflicting the pain.
Yeah, and when we met you guys 4 years ago as a family, everything was being worked on. You know, you guys were moving along and dealing with everything that was happening in the family with the world. Did you ever imagine that it was going to end up the way it did between Mel and Martell?
No, I didn't. You know, as someone who was brought up in the church, someone who was preaching the word of God, you know, I felt like they could pray their way through it. You know, he convinced us that he had stopped doing some of the things that he was doing. And I still don't understand how anyone would have thought they could be on a national television show if they were doing something they weren't supposed to do. It wasn't going to come out. I still don't understand that. You know, but I tell everyone, hey, he fooled me.
Yeah.
And it wasn't easy to do because, you know, I had sort of been through something similar and I could see signs. But when I say there were no signs until it got really, really bad, there were no signs.
This is coming from reality, y'all.
I think a lot of people were blindsided.
Wow. Did you, because they got together so young, they got married so young, and had kids so young. So you knew him really well, and that had to be really heartbreaking to see how everything came out and how it continues to play out on national television and social media.
Right. And you know, Melody got married right out of college, and I didn't want her to, because I really wanted her, you know, to get out and experience the world.
Yeah.
You know, that was the decision that she made, and she has 4 wonderful babies as a result of it. You know, and if you asked her, she'd probably say at one point in time, the good outweighed the bad. But with a lot of women, you know, we can fight as long as the good outweigh the bad. But when the bad start outweighing the good, what is there?
You got to make your decision. Yeah, what's best for you. We saw that. How hard was it for you to find out, like, that he was having a child outside of his marriage? How did you find out? Did you find out with us, or did you find out?
I think Melody had told me before I saw it on social media, and I think she told me so I wouldn't be caught, you know, blindsided by it. Yeah. But even when she told me, let me just say this: my whole home is a prayer closet now. Okay, my entire home is a prayer closet. But I started praying, oh God, please don't let it be true. Please don't let it be true. Please let her have this wrong. Please let it just be something, you know, that the other person is putting out there, you know. Please don't let it be true, because I didn't want my grandbabies to be forever attached to a decision that their father made at the darkest point of his life. Mm-hmm. I didn't want them to be forever attached to that.
Yeah.
And when I found out that it was really true, you know, because I had prayed so much, the only thing I could say was, God, your will be done. Shield and protect my daughter and my grandbabies from what is to come. And that became my prayer. Shield and protect my grandbabies and my daughter.
Absolutely. We saw how hard it was. There was a scene where they were having a conversation with the kiddos, and I think Mariah, Hank, I know he broke down, and then it was hard as a viewer for me. It was really hard to watch that conversation. How are they doing in dealing with this separation, now being another child being added? Like, how are they doing?
You know, I think they're doing good. You know, as good as could be expected. You know, Melody, she has created a home and a safe, secure place for them. You know, mm-hmm. And when they're with their dad, you know, they seem to be happy. So, you know, I'm sure there are things that they're probably experiencing that we would not know until later. Mm-hmm. But she has them in therapy, and they have really connected with their therapist. And you know, I've always been a listener. So I've always listened to the children. And I remain that. You know, anything they want to tell me, they can tell me. And even when Melody and Martell was together, you know, they would tell me some things. And I wouldn't tell their parents unless it was something that I felt like, okay, they really need to know what Tank said. You know, Mariah said. You know, and I would go to them and say, hey, you know, Tate said this, or Mariah said that.
Yeah.
They've always been able to just be very open with me and talk to me, you know, about stuff that they wanted to talk about. And I see them doing the same thing with Melody, you know, now. You know, they've developed that older, you know, the kids are older now, so they're more vocal.
Okay, y'all, that's Melody Mom, Tracy Rogers.
And they've developed that relationship with her where I feel like, you know, they can sit down and have a conversation. You can't expect for me to heal from something when you're still inflicting the pain. Stop inflicting the pain.
Right.
God is going to take over, and I'm going to be able to move forward.
Right.
Eventually, we'll get to that point.
Right.
But you can't keep inflicting the pain and getting upset because I'm not healing.
Oh, that's a word right there. Oh my goodness. Oh. So, do you think there will ever be a time where he acknowledges his part in everything that was done to the family? And I even talk about like what's being done for the world to witness, but like how the family was fractured eventually.
You know what? At this point, I don't even think it's a matter of him acknowledging anything really, because what it is what it is, and you know, he knows what it is. You know, so I don't even see where he has to acknowledge anything. Just change your behavior.
Period. Yeah, pretty much. So also during the reunion, let me go back a little bit. During the last couple of seasons, we saw that you actually had like a friendly relationship with the Scotts. You guys used to work together. And then over time, things just went sideways. Like, how did we get here?
Well, first of all, Melody and Martell moved me to Huntsville because they said they had a friend that they were trying to help out. And they would start having him start a company, get into preservation like what they were doing. And I would come up and train on the weekends with Holden Hope staff so that I could learn how to process orders and things like that. And then eventually I moved up here, you know, with the understanding that, yeah, you know, I'm coming up here. I really, and I told them this. If I had known who I was going to be working for, I would have said no. You know, it's just, you know, something like certain companies, you're not going to even do an application with them because you know you don't want to work for that company. So, you know, when I found out I was going to be working for Martell and Marceau, it was hard in the house for a minute because I was like, this is not even somebody I would want to work with. How y'all gonna pair me with them? You know, but you know, I sold my home, I've moved, so now I've got to see it through. I don't have any choice but to see it through.
Yeah.
You know, and because they knew how unhappy I was, but they also knew that I was a go-getter. Whatever I put my hands to, I was gonna make it work. And you know, the light at the end of the tunnel was I was also a salesperson in real estate. The light at the end of the tunnel was, okay, I was going to go ahead and get my broker's license. Eventually, I was going to phase out of this because, you know, I don't want to work for Martell and Marceau.
Right.
And I was supposed to be like the broker for the real estate side of Holden Hope.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you know, those things went down with Melody and Martell. So, even though I am a real estate broker, I just decided, you know, to go back south and pursue whatever I wanted to pursue and be there for Melody and my grandkids as much as I possibly could. And like I said, I was praying that they would work it out.
Yeah.
You know, and I was hoping by me removing myself from it, they would be able to, you know, let's be real. People can say whatever they want to say, but if your child is going through something, it's going to be very difficult for you not to say something.
How can you not?
And it's going to be very difficult for you to act like, oh, we're cool, everything's hunky-dory.
Yeah.
So I removed myself from it, and it got better. You know, they seem to have been making it work, and it just ended up the way it did.
Were you a little bit heartbroken to see like how everything played out with the Scotts and your relationship with them on the show?
I can't say I was disappointed in how our relationship played out because those were Melody and Martell's friends. You know, I've never been one to hang out with my child's friends or anything like that. So even though they would be over at the house a lot, most of the time I would be upstairs with the kids. You know, they would all be downstairs having a good time, laughing or doing whatever it is that they do. But, you know, it wasn't like we had that relationship where I would call them like close friends or family or anything like that. They were just business associates, really. Now, Letitia and I, we had sort of gotten to the point where we would text each other. Bottles that he posted is something that his brother sent to me.
Oh.
His brother found those Coke bottles, put our names together, took the picture and sent it to me because he said that his mom had told him that his next wife, her name was going to be Venessa, and he was going to have a great marriage. Now, after I started spending, because he was a contractor for us, he did work for us.
Mm-hmm.
So with me being the only person in the office that would process and orders and stuff for scope, a lot of the contractors I got to know really, really well. And, Mark, he would flirt, with me and stuff like that, but I didn't know anything of him. I really didn't. So I asked people who did know him about him. And actually, it was something that Letitia told me about him that made me realize, hey, you know what? This is the safest man for me to be with.
Wow.
I don't have to worry about anything going the way I didn't want it to go.
What do you mean by that?
I'm going to say that because I'm sure that's going to be
Okay.
And he became a very good friend. I was there for him when his own family wasn't there for him. And to see him turn around and try to spin this narrative, thinking that by hurting me, and the way it started, it was hurt me to get to Melody and Martell. Martell was the first one that informed us of the text message that Marceau had sent to him about, a sex tape. And when Martell came to us with it, Martell was very upset.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, you know what? You don't have to be upset about that. I said, they can't have a tape of something that I didn't do.
Yeah.
And Melody and Martell, they already knew who Mark was and some of the demons he was facing.
Mel just commented saying, I remember when she told you that because he told me with a little hand emoji.
Yeah. And so, when I told them that he was flirting with me and stuff, they like, even Martell like, nah, that ain't the one. Believe it, that ain't the one, And then when Letitia reiterated that because of some demons Mark was facing, I just felt like this is the best, hey. Yeah.
Got you.